Hello everyone, welcome to Crystal Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, I'll be asking the cards about your future spouse or life partner, whichever you prefer, and what it is that makes you so attractive to them, why it is they are attracted to you. So I have 4 stacks for you all to choose from today. We have this little galaxy universe, we have crystals in a jar, this moon, and lastly we have a candle. So choose whichever stack or stacks call out to you. You can check the description box or comment section for timestamps if you'd like to skip directly to the stack that you chose. And remember, you can choose multiple stacks and just take whatever you feel is meant for you, whatever you feel connected to in that reading. Sort of leave the rest for the next person. Let's go ahead and get started. Starting off with our first stack for your future spouse or life partner, we have this Galaxy Universe sticker. And why they are attracted to you. What makes you so attractive? Our first card coming out is, we have the Lovers. Next, we have the 9 of Cups. I love this 9 of Cups. I love the illustration style and just the overall message it has. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the 10 of Cups. So a lot of positive energy with these cards coming out. Actually very good cards. The Moon, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like here, when this person sees you, they just are immediately attracted to you straight off the bat. With the Lovers coming out there, that is just this person is meant for me. And I love that Lovers card because it's Beauty and the Beast, and we see it as true love knows no limits. True love isn't oh, you're not as attractive as I want you to be, so you're not my type. True love here is no matter what you look like, no matter who you are, what walk of life you come from, if we have that soul connection, then that's all that matters. And I think that's the major takeaway here. But this person sees you and they're like, that's the one for me. That's the person I want to be with. That's my soulmate. That's my life partner. That's who was intended for me since long ago. That's the person I'm supposed to be with. They find you incredibly attractive, just like this person that really almost check all the boxes. This is somebody not only beautiful on the outside, this is somebody who's beautiful on the inside. So somebody who has a great personality, somebody who's very giving, somebody who's very open, kind. And I think that's what they see in you. They see all those beautiful characteristics, everything wonderful about you. Even if you're sarcastic, or even if you're quiet, they somehow see past even what you would find to be the worst traits, to see the beauty that is within, that you are the one that was made perfectly for them. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. They are just so enamored with you. Such strong energy there within that card. Also with the 9 of Cups, because this 9 of Cups in particular, he actually has somebody with her or with him there. She is in that card within the 9 of Cups. He doesn't have to wait for another cup to get that happy ending. He's already happy with her. His wish fulfillment is her. And that's what this person is. This person is just they find you and it's they're complete. They don't need anything else. Whatever else comes along is just excess or surplus. It's not something that they can't live without, because they finally have you and you're the one that they can't live without. But luckily we do have the 10 of Cups, so it's almost double the excitement here, double the happiness. We're coming through, and then we're having more success, right? Because we have the couple here, but then we have the couple with the children. So long-lasting relationship here. This is longevity. This is building a family, strengthening a family, or even just coming together and combining families. This is long-term success. This is having everything that you want. The interesting thing is to have the Moon as well as the 2 of Swords. And I think in a more in-depth way, you're much different from what they've had in the past. I feel like a lot of people that they've encountered, not just relationships, romantic relationships, I feel like relationships in general, there are a lot of people that just made them feel uncomfortable, or made them feel like they were being used, or just weren't true people when it comes down to it. And they had to keep putting up their guard because they didn't want to let somebody in and have a bad side effect, or have something where they lost hope for this future that was present within the 10 of Cups. So they put up a lot of walls, a lot of barriers to sort of isolate themselves in a way, prevent themselves from getting hurt. So they're always on guard. They're always worried about what might come in that is negative. And with with you, it's almost like they will be, or they are waiting for, you know, something to expose themselves. But I think very soon they realize you're not these people from the past. And that's what's really attractive about you, is like, you're not like any of these other people. You're not one to try and get, you know, ahead. You're not one to try and use them. You're not trying to take advantage of them. You see longevity here. You are appearing as the Queen of Pentacles. Whether you're male or female, Queen of Pentacles energy is somebody who's completely content. She's worked hard, and she's going to continue to work hard. She works hard in every aspect of her life, in work, in her home, and like, you know, taking care of herself. She is just all about working hard. She never gives up, but she also takes time to relax, to love herself and to love others. So it's really like this well-balanced person, and they see that with you. This is very positive movement, away from like whatever these past relationships were. They don't have to question things. They don't have to like wonder what's going to happen, if, you know, past events are going to repeat themselves, or if they're stable here. They know that the Queen of Pentacles is stability, you know, in a card. She is reliable, she's predictable, she's always there, she follows her routine, and that's what makes you so different, is that predictability that's present within the relationship with you. So this future spouse or this life partner, once again, like whatever it is that you prefer, I think here, since we're seeing it this way, as this like just being happy in a relationship, I think this person just wanted somebody they could be compatible with, wanted somebody that they could rest with, and they never had that. So the first thing about this relationship, the way that you talk to each other, the way that you see each other, the way you communicate with each other, stands out, you know, far above anything else. Of course, they do find you incredibly attractive just based off of these cards. They just think you're like perfect for them. When they see you, they're like that is, you know, if there's no other person on earth that is, you know, more attractive or more perfect than you. But also beyond that, there's depth, right? So there's longevity, there's the desire to have, you know, like that lifelong relationship. And the best thing here is this person, you know, it's not somebody who just jumps on things. They're pretty slow with their movement, but very good positive energy. I think this person reacts well to things, and they just, you know, they care much more about, you know, that soulmate factor than looks, but they definitely do find you attractive, definitely find you to be their soulmate. That's what I'm seeing here with this first stack, and your future spouse, your life partner, what they find attractive about you. Hope that was able to resonate with you, provide you with some sort of answer, and I want to thank you for taking the time of your day to watch this video. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting with our second stack, we have this like crystal in a jar. When it comes to this future spouse and what they find attractive about you, or this life partner, we have the Moon coming out. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Emperor. We have the Four of Cups. Oh, we have the King of Cups. We have a lot of good energy. We have the Empress. So this is really like a good assortment of cards, because we see why they're attracted to you and what is making this relationship so strong, or will make this relationship so strong if you haven't met them yet. So we have the Moon, which is exposure of things from the past, exposure of the truth. And that Moon coming out is very similar to the previous stack, where it's like exposing things that were wrong, exposing things that were issues. And I feel like a lot of the issues in the past came from this Page of Cups standpoint, where there's that immaturity. This is not immaturity in like arguments or fighting or anything. This is immaturity and just lack of proper communication, or seeing eye to eye to have a successful relationship. And I have that long-lasting relationship where things end up where you know, you actually feel they're stable and they're going to last a lifetime. And I feel like with them in particular, I feel like this was a pretty strong thing for them. Like a lot of people, or whatever relationships they had, it feels like there was very little stability or predictability. And with this card in particular, we see the two little animals, and it's like, which one's real, which one's fake? One is supposed to be an imposter. I feel like a lot of those relationships that they were in were almost like imposter relationships. The person they were with seemed like they were right, seemed like they were the Empress or the Emperor, you know, their counterpart, but something happened where they were supposed to be like not exactly who they said they were, or things didn't align, things sort of messed up, fell apart, and they got stuck in this like, it's over, I have to begin again. The best thing though is we see movement from that Page of Cups into the King of Cups, where there's wisdom and growth. Rather than looking for whatever this was or being with people that were wrong for them, now they focus on themselves. They've grown into, or they've matured from the Page to the King. They're the Emperor or Empress, you know, they're that stronger energy here. I'm reading it more as like King and the Emperor, because that would be the top row of more like the dominant energy. But regardless of gender, I mean, you could be the one that's in the Emperor or the Empress role. It's just that counterpart of leveling up, that being in that stronger position. But here, rather than ignoring the good, they're ignoring the bad. And this is where you come in as that counterpart, as the person that they need, as either their Emperor or their Empress, as the sort of like leveled up version of the past. So not only do they see you as somebody different, like we don't see her face, and I think it's very interesting, we only see the back of her, but it's like the clarity has come through as so much more. Like they see you as somebody who's really great, who has what they've been looking for, rather than fixating on the moon that is present in the moon. In the Page of Cups, we see a complete energy swap from the fixation on the moon. The moon moves to the back and the earth comes to the forefront. So it's almost like you cast a shadow on all these other people, and it's now revealed to this person who the right person has been, or who the right person is going to be. So first, it's like you're just jaw-dropping, and I say that because the Empress energy and the Emperor energy stand out to me as very strong people who stand out in a crowd, who are very noticeable, who, like, even if you're quiet and you don't talk a lot, this is still a very like strong energy that this person picks up on. They see you clearly as like their counterpart, as their soulmate, you know, like the person that they're meant to be with, the person that was like, you know, created for them. And that's why we're seeing these two come out together. Then they're seeing it as somebody they're compatible with, somebody who is at like the same maturity level as them, somebody who understands their jokes, their foolishness, but also knows when to be serious, knows when to sort of like buckle down, handle things, move forward in a very successful, positive way. You know, not have like a breakdown or not fall apart when things go bad, because it's all about maturing that's going on here. And I feel like that ability to have a conversation with you, to talk to you, to know you, and really feel like there's success in that conversation is like just one thing that's like incredibly important to them. But also to see somebody who takes them into account. And I feel like for some reason it seems like people didn't return the love that they had. If we have the King of Cups and we don't have the Queen, it seems like this person was very giving, very loving, very like almost self-sacrificing, and they never had somebody who did that for them. They didn't have somebody who would listen, you know, when they had problems. They didn't have somebody who would comfort them or, you know, just be there for them. It was always them giving to others. And then you come along and you're one who's like, you know, if you need anything, I'm here for you. If you want to somebody to rely on, I'm here for you. And it's something that they've never been offered before. And I feel like with that Four of Cups might have also been that they had to keep refusing or rejecting the offers that were coming, because they knew what it was they wanted, they knew what they were looking for, but it just seemed like here it was never coming through to them in a way that they felt happy. And I think more than anything, although they find you attractive, you know, physically, I think the happiness that you provide them with is something that makes you even more attractive. That's something that they've never seen with a person. And it's just like the beauty of who you are and who you are to them. Something that is just so amazing to them. And they're so appreciative of, you know, who you are and how you treat them and how you make them feel. So I think although they see you as either like the Emperor or the Empress, or both energies combined, as like the exposure of something that like had been hidden away for a long time. They're finally seeing, you know, they're not staring at the moon, they're seeing the earth. They're seeing what is greater than all things, you know, the thing that brings life, the thing that radiates energy. So I feel like very, very positive energy toward you. They just want somebody who is like you, and I think they realize that when they meet you. So that's what I'm seeing here when it comes to this second set and this crystal in a jar. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope that some of it or all of it resonated with you. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. We have our third step coming up here with this moon when it comes to this future spouse or life partner, whichever you prefer, and what they find attractive about you. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. And we have the Page of Cups. We have the Ten of Cups again, and we have the Hierophant. So, it's interesting we have that Three of Swords coming through, because that heartbreak just stands out immediately. It's like such negative energy. But I feel like this person's been through quite a bit. Maybe some pretty rocky relationships, or one rocky relationship in particular that sort of stayed on their mind for quite a while. When they meet you, it seems like they sort of get some hope back. You know, they have that, like, maybe I can be happy. Maybe there is something waiting for me. Maybe there is somebody out there for me that comes through with you. And I think that's such a lovely energy to have here. As like, maybe they lost hope, but then they find it again through you. And that's majorly like what they find attractive about you, is just the hope that, even though it might sound like a little cheesy, the hope that you bring to them is something that they find really attractive. With the Ace of Cups, this person wants to give a lot. They have this like overflowing love, overflowing dedication. They want to provide to people. They want to constantly give to others, but they sort of like either don't know how to, or haven't had the opportunity in the past. And by that I mean more so that they've had people in their life, but they haven't had anybody who stayed. Like, there wasn't like longevity to that. They would offer them things, they would offer them all they could, and right when they thought, like, you know, we're finally there, we're finally where this Ten of Cups comes through, that heartbreak would set in. And it was, a lot of the time, it seemed like people just weren't very reliable, or they weren't providing them with what they were hoping for. We have the Page of Cups, which could just be that major immaturity and just almost like absolute denial of their own immaturity, like this person that they were with. And because of that, there was no room for growth. There's no ability, you know, to grow, because they didn't want to recognize it or acknowledge that they were immature. So it just kept ending in heartbreak for this person. But if we have this as the strong energy across the top row, and then we have this as sort of like the defining energy, we have Ten of Cups actually materializing when it comes to you. They see that future and they're able to go after it. We see serious like unity, ascending energy here, movement toward you know, the divine, you know, what is basically the goal, and the goal would be the Ten of Cups. So they see you as that like ideal perfect person, the person that they had been waiting for all along, the person that was never there, the person that they hoped others would be, but like always, there were always issues. There was always something wrong that prevented that, like, you know, that life partner, that future spouse, that marriage, that you know, true dedication coming through. And it might have been that they were with people that maybe like they didn't want a committed relationship. And so every time this person brought up that commitment, the other person they were with was like, you know, I'm not ready for that, or that's not what I intended on. So they ended up, you know, leaving them, breaking up with them, or the relationship was over. But then they find you, and you know, want all the same things that they want, and you see the same future they see. And that's something that's so fantastic to them. That's like immediately attractive to them, because mentally, like mentality wise, you two line up perfectly. You want the same things, and you're willing to put in the same hard work and work on those goals to get there. And it's something so attractive, even though it's weird. It's like, it's so attractive to them to find somebody who wants what they want, you know, who's willing to do the work to get to that like end goal, to have that relationship, to have that, you know, if you want a family, it's to have that family, it's to grow and you know, be together for the rest of your lives. And I think just finding somebody that wants that too is just really standing out to them. But also we have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Cups, 2 10 of Cups. So I feel like in a way, when it comes to you physically, they almost like what they imagined they didn't think they'd get, and then you came in and they're like, you're you know, you're even better than they imagined. You're somehow exactly what they wanted and more. There's almost like, I guess in a way, because we go from this like cartoon sort of illustration here with the 10 of Cups in this first position into this 10 of Cups over here. We go from this like more childish or cutesy illustration into this something that's a little more realistic. So it's like we actually see what is perfect, what is like gorgeous, what is handsome, what is beautiful, materialize into reality here. And it's really great for them because I feel like this person is a very true person. It's a very sincere person. Almost like they wear their heart on their sleeve. They seem almost like innocent, almost naive in a way because of like the Ace of Cups, the Hierophant coming out. Somebody who's very in touch with who they are, and they just hope for somebody who is sincere to come through. And they've had a hard time finding somebody who is sincere. And I think that's like such a beautiful energy on their part to see, because that's all they want. They want somebody, you know, for life. They want long term, and they're willing to do that, you know, the hard work to maintain that longevity. But they just haven't met the person that would put in the same amount of work. But with you, they see that. And they're so attractive to the person that is real, and that's you. None of these other people were permanent. None of these other people proved to be the right person, the person that was meant to be with them. And now they finally have reality coming through with you. They have the like picturesque person, the spouse that they had dreamt of, that they didn't know actually existed, coming through. So that's what I'm seeing here with this third stack, and I do hope it was able to resonate with you. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope that you have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting with our last stack here, we have this little candle. So when it comes to this future spouse and what they find attractive about you, or your life partner, whichever one you feel more comfortable with, we have Death coming out here. We have 6 of Cups. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. We have the Page of Cups, and we have the Hermit. So I feel like this person's been waiting a long time for somebody to come in, and it could be that this is like reading as this person's tried with other people and it just hasn't been successful. But it could have also been that this person had a very strong and a very strong, impactful breakup that led to a lot of reevaluation and changing the way that they sort of approached people, changing the way that they offered themselves to others. And they might have just isolated themselves because they didn't know you know, what to do, how to move forward, because of how hurt they were in the past. I feel like this person, either one relationship, might have been many relationships, one relationship in particular really seemed to have bothered them to a point where they didn't know how to move forward. And through this like sort of like self-evaluation, this isolation with the Hermit, they've come to terms with a lot of things. So when they meet you, or when they pursue a relationship with you, even though it might be something that takes a little time, I do feel like it's them being ready to sort of like give love a second chance, or at least see if there's any potential that can come from a relationship. I feel like they're really trying hard to be something that is better, like overall. They want love, they want sincere love, and they're leaving a stage where they might have been like fearful of it into a stage where they're like ready to embrace it. The good thing is that the end that is represented in Death is also rebirth, or a new renewed energy, a new start. And for Death to come out with the 6 of Cups means that this future spouse of yours is not just like any person, you know, it actually is signifying life partner. We are seeing soulmate here, because this is somebody or the way I interpret 6 of Cups is soulmate. It's long term. It's somebody who comes into your life at the right timing. It's somebody who helps you grow. It's somebody who is compatible with you, somebody who is meant for you, because it brings out you know, like all the best in you. And we have that in King of Cups is like the person that just wants to love somebody sincerely, somebody who wants to give a relationship their all. The King of Cups to me is always that one that, like, next to the King of Pentacles, he wants forever, he wants permanence, but he's a little more loving, a little more affectionate than the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles seems a little cold, but still very dedicated in relationships. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. That would be that more indicator of what would be more of like a slowness, you know, just trying to test the water, see where it progresses before it moves forward, just to make sure, you know, it's not moving too quickly. But Page of Cups here says, like, that's sort of how they see you. They see you and they're like, is this real? You know, is this actually, you know, somebody that I can be with? It seems like such positive, you know, like the little pig that's flying, right? It's unrealistic in a way, and I think that's the way that they see you. It's like, after all this time, after all this heartache, this frustration, these issues, the right person actually does exist. The right person is there in front of them, and they're just so, you know, happy to finally come out of hermit mode. So you overall, I think the connection that they feel with you is so strong here, and they feel like immediate soulmate connection when they meet you, because they've waited so long to find somebody who really bonds with them. Like, and it seems very obvious when you meet, you have this connection. They're able to open up, they're able to sort of like see you on a new level, or see life on a new level, I should say, because it seems like it's just an overall change from leaving that negativity in the past and pursuing you. A very, very deep connection here. When it comes to like attraction, of course, I think more so it just seems like there's just a strong soul connection. So I think, like, even if you want to hear like they think you're incredibly attractive, of course they do, but here, beyond that like physical attraction, it's actually showing up as a soul connection. This is a deep connection here, and they feel it. They see you. They're able to like reach you. They're able to, you know, be this person that they'd hope to be when they're with you. They're able to communicate with somebody on a different level, in a different way, and it's almost like you bring out this excitement or this like youthfulness within them that they never had before with any other relationship. Previous relationships might have been too serious. Like, we have that King moving into the Page, which would almost be like a downgrade, but in reality it's somebody who worked so hard to give it their all that they're like, it's too much, you know, they had to work too hard and they didn't receive enough. But here we have somebody who doesn't have to be so like on top of things, the giver entirely. They can also receive love, and it's such like a lovely thing for them, because I do feel like with whatever hurt them in the past, they did lose seemingly a lot of hope on on a relationship, on having a future with somebody. So of course they find you attractive. We see all these cards: Six of Cups, King of Cups, Page of Cups. That's like a giddiness, a happiness with meeting somebody. But also we have the Six of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Page of Cups as the most loving cards that express, you know, just a true deep connection here. And I think just meeting you, they like are so attracted to you because of that connection, because of the way that you two are able to bond with each other, and just having that like, I've known you for a lifetime even though I just met you a second ago energy coming through here. I think it's really, really strong. Like, that's what they find attractive about you. Well, that's what I'm seeing there with that final stack and the candle, and I do hope that was able to resonate with you or provide you some answers. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope that you and all your loved ones are doing well, staying safe and healthy. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye.